everybody! Today is a very special day. Today, as you can see, is the World Book Day. So today, I have a very special friend to help us with this presentation and to help us to introduce you in a new author that is very important in England and around the world. Okay, here is my friend. It's called Skull. So say hello, Skull. Hi, hello. What do you want to say to us? Yes. Listen. To be or not to be? That's the question. To be or not to be? What's that? Do you know what's the origin of this sentence? Do you know who is the author of this sentence? Remember, to be or not to be? That's the question. I give you 3 seconds to think about this sentence. Okay, perfect. Maybe you thought that it's an English author, but which author? I'll tell you, it starts with S, and it's very, very important, really important. So, S, H, A, K, E, S, P, E, A, R, E is Shakespeare. That important author is Shakespeare. I don't know if you can see it very well. This author, Shakespeare, is very important around the world. Shakespeare was born in 1564 and he wrote many plays. How many? 38 plays. Maybe some of them you know them, but then we are gonna remember them. Shakespeare was born in Stratford-upon-Avon. That is a very small town, and later on we will see the place where he was born and where he lived. So don't worry, we will see it. And then he moved to London to perform and to continue writing many plays and to stay at the theater. He was also an actor, so he was very important. But oh my god, this is a pity. But he died in 1616, in this day, in 23rd of April. Because of that, when we celebrate the World Books Day, we also remember Shakespeare because he was very important and he died that day, but many years ago. So, the places in which he lived, for example, this was the first place where he lived. This was the house of mommy and daddy. Okay, so we are gonna see the place with our own eyes. How? You can say, we are in Logroño. Don't worry, new technologies are here for help us. So let's go to Stratford-upon-Avon. Bye, see you there. Hi, so are you ready to start this marvelous trip? So, as you can see, we are in Logroño, so we are gonna look for Stratford-upon-Avon. So let's go. Let's see how many kilometers. Oh my god! So Stratford-upon-Avon is in England, as you can see. It's next to Oxford, a bit close to London, as you can see. And I told you that you will visit the birthplace of Shakespeare. So let's go there. We are gonna visit first the birthplace of Shakespeare, and then we are gonna visit another important places for this author. Okay? So Stratford-upon-Avon is a very small town, and now it's very touristic. Why you will see why it's so touristic? Look, here we are. So this is the birthplace of Shakespeare. So no, not pen. I don't want the pen. Yeah, like this. So this is the house where Shakespeare was born. And he was there living for 18 years old, something like this. And then he got married. So it was very important for him to be there. So, okay, okay, like this. Very well. So, as you can see, the architecture there is really unusual. No, nowadays we can't see houses like this made of wood. So that's because this is the Tudor architecture that is very usual there in this village. For example, we can see also this farm, that this was the family farm of Shakespeare. As you can see, is the same architecture with buildings that are made of bricks and wood. So it's kind of fun with different animals. Now it's a museum. So it's a very interesting place. So if you go to England, maybe it's a good excursion, a good tour to go there. So what else? Then we are gonna visit. Now we are gonna visit another house that was very important in Shakespeare's life because he went to London. Then he became famous, and when he was famous, he returned to this town and he bought a new house that was this one. As you can see, is very big with an important garden. It's not a it's not a poor building. It's not for poor people. I mean, he was rich, he was important, he was famous. So he bought this very characteristic or this very I don't know how to say it, but this very untypical building made of red bricks. So these are the three most important places for Shakespeare in a straightforward upon album, that this was the place where he was born. And now we are gonna see another very important place for him, but not in straightforward. This another place is in London. Maybe you recognize this place. This is the Globe. Where am I? Here. Okay. So this is the Globe. The Globe is a theater that nowadays is next to the Thames River. This is the Thames River, that is the river that crossed London. Here you have the Cathedral of London, a bridge that appears in Harry Potter, I think, and this is another important museum. So, but we're gonna focus in the Globe, in this building. As you can see, the architecture is very similar to the architecture of Stratford buildings. You remember these houses that were made of wood and bricks and no modern architecture at all. So, and we're gonna go inside because the main important things are inside the building. Nowadays is a theater in London, but not a typical theater, not. It's a very special one, and we are gonna see it. So let's go there. Let's go inside. So I have to put it properly, but this is the stage, okay? If you are in the Globe, if you are inside it, this is what you can see of the stage if you are just in front of. As you can see, there are many details. One very important thing of this theater is that it is without roof. As you can see, that's the sky. It hasn't got a roof. So if you go there, and in Shakespeare's time, if you went there, and if it was raining and you weren't very rich, you had to be there with the rain pouring you. so not very good. But there are places for important people, and these places are these ones that are around. You see them? You see? That they are like balcons there. So that's the view. So if you were rich, you would be there. But if you were poor and with not so much money, you will be there. So that's very important. That there are many details. For example, here, as you can see, that's the roof of the theater, and that's the heaven with God and all these details, these paintings. And this was a very important place of the stage. Why? Because they had visual effects. Maybe you are watching a play about witches or about fairies, and maybe some of these actors and actresses fell down from the roof, like very nice. Um, there are many details. As you can see, it's like a palace, a palace with balconies, with different doors. These doors were used for the drama. So this is the globe. So maybe you think, why the globe was so important for Shakespeare? Because as I told you, Shakespeare wrote many plays, 38 plays. Maybe you remember, maybe you know some of these plays. Maybe you know Romeo and Juliet. This is one of the most famous one. Not Romeo was in love with Juliet, but the families were enemies, so they have to fight and to face all these problems to get together, and in the end it's not very happy at all. So maybe you know this story. This story, Romeo and Juliet, was written by Shakespeare. Or maybe you know Hamlet. You see Hamlet with the skull, with our friend with skull. Yes. So in this play, the main character, that is Hamlet, is saying to be or not to be. That's the question. And it's a drama. Most of the plays of Shakespeare were dramas, but there were also many funny moments. For example, okay, so as I told you, we are gonna see something very interesting. That is a comedy, a part of a comedy. So we are gonna watch it. And this is a part of a comedy. The comedy of errors. So as you can see, we're gonna see just a few seconds and then we can comment it because it's very curious.
It's made our porter. My master stays in the street. Let him walk from whence he came, lest he catch cold on his feet.
People laughing. So it's comedy.
Oh, open the door. Right, sir, I'll tell you when, and you'll tell me wherefore. Wherefore? For my dinner. I have not dined today. Nor today? Here you must not. Come again when you may.
So he is asking for dinner because he's hungry and the other is not opening the door.
What art thou that keepest me out from the house that I owe? The porter for this time, sir, and my name is Romeo. Oh. Oh.
Sometimes the actors. Sometimes the actors were with the people around, so the plays were very dynamic, very funny. So as you can see, for example, the door moment. Nowadays, if we see a series or if we watch a series, maybe we can see with some actors and actresses, and maybe we can think, "Oh, this is very modern." And as you can see, in Shakespeare's time, they play that kinds of games with actors and actresses in the plays. So that's all for today. This is Shakespeare's Life. So now you know a bit more about this important author that also was very important for English language because he invented many words for the English language. He was very similar to Cervantes in that way. I mean, in that way in which he contributed to the English language as Cervantes did with the Spanish language. Okay, so thanks for watching. Hope you like it and bye. Bye bye.